That was the first of them, and then there were several after. One time he sent me a Snapchat describing what I was wearing when I went out to do cow chores that morning.
So he was continuing to watch you after June 18th.
He was watching me and reminding me about these dangerous people that he knew, and that he knew how to take care of problems, and that he would take out anybody else that was necessary.
So did your online emotional affair, did it continue after June 18th?
No.
Didn't you cut Huston's hair one time after Ryan died?
I did.
When was that?
That was in September, right before the first Snapchat came. He had messaged me a couple times asking if I would watch his kids. Harvest was starting, and he claimed that he didn't have a babysitter and can you watch the kids? And I told him no. And then he started hounding me about, can you cut my hair? I have this event this weekend and I don't have time to get it cut because of Harvest. And he kept hounding me, and I was a little nervous of the consequences if I ignored him. So I agreed to go to the shop that I had opened in town and cut his hair.
Okay, so this would have been in town now.
Yes. My mom came over to stay with the kids, and I went up and cut his hair. Of course, I didn't tell anybody whose hair I was cutting until after.
Did he threaten you when you saw him that day too?
He did.
Did you ever see him again?
No.
We do also want to touch on the affair with Huston. At one point, did it become physical?
There was one physical encounter, yes. That was the last time that I cut his hair.
Not in September of 2021.
No, not that last time. I'm sorry. The last time I cut his hair before he killed Ryan, it would have been in February. I cut his hair and we had sex.
Okay. And then you stopped cutting his hair? What was the purpose? Why did you stop cutting his hair?
Because I had sex with him, and I didn't want him around, and I didn't want that chance of that happening ever again. It was an online fantasy, like going to a chat room or playing video games where you steal cars and shoot at cops. It was an online fantasy thing, and when it became a physical in-person thing, I was disgusted and scared of losing my husband.
After, were your kids all interviewed by law enforcement?
Yes.
All three of them?
Yes.
And you allowed them to be interviewed?
Well, with some argument. I was being pretty heavily accused by the police of involvement, and they wanted to question the kids. My brother and close friend Chris Wilson suggested that I get an attorney to protect all of us and make sure that the kids had proper representation if they were going to be questioned.
Okay. But they were ultimately questioned?
They were.
Ryan was killed with your 3 children home. Would you ever orchestrate the murder of your husband with your 3 kids home?
Never.
Did you participate in the death of your husband?
No.
Show me pictures. I want all of them. Yes. One moment, please.
All right, the defense is conferring with maybe some exhibits or with the other attorney. We see there Karina Cooper getting very emotional. Cannon Kearney, trial attorney, still here in studio with us. Cannon, I'm seeing a professional Karina and an emotional Karina on this stand. She sort of moves back and forth between these two tones in front of the jury. Do you think that helps or hurts when you see this movement back and forth?
I think it actually helps her because it makes her come off as if at one point that she's very credible or she's speaking in a tone and demeanor that an average juror would be able to understand. But also when she's emotional, it makes you understand that she's lost someone that's really close to her. The father of her children was murdered in the home in which her children actually were. So these things also come off to the juror to make her seem a little bit more credible as well.
And she is downplaying and denying that this was any kind of a love affair, saying it only had one physical aspect to it, one incident, and after that she was disgusted and didn't want to lose her husband. Let's go back in. They have that exhibit ready, and we're listening still to the direct examination of Karina Cooper.
Okay, showing you Defendant's Exhibit G. In this photo, there's no longer any blood on your face. Can you tell us why?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Can you tell us why there's not blood on your face?
My sister-in-law was consoling me, and my mom saw the blood on my face, and she went into my salon and got a towel and wiped my face off.
Okay. Did your mom wipe off any other part of your body?
No, not that I remember.
Okay. Did you, at any point upon seeing your husband, did you ever go wash up?
No.
Yes, you can take it down. Thank you, Your Honor. I don't have any other questions. Thank you, Karina.